Stand down! I'm not the one to fear, Prime. Bah! Wait, what? I did not shoot him. Ah ha ha! Yeah! Headshot! Ugh. Well, that's just Prime. That's my line! Ah!
Sup guys? And in this video, we're going to be taking a look at the new Transformers Rise of the Beasts mainline Voyager class Optimus Primal. Now, this figure's a little underrated. Even though this figure isn't 100% accurate to the actual CGI render of Optimus Primal for Rise of the Beasts, it's still a cool toy. I like how it's chunky, like the gorilla mode. Oh yeah, and he's not going to be the only gorilla in Transformers Rise of the Beasts. I believe 2 or 3 days ago we got a leak of a new Maximal, that being Apelink, I think? Which is the same like CGI for the gorilla mode too. That's kind of interesting, except it's a little different. Apelink has red eyes and razor sharp blades on the arms, which I think is kind of cool. But does Apelink die though? Because like he's about to have like a 1v1 with Scourge. I don't know. I hope he makes it. And I hope they make a Studio Series version of Apelink, because I'd definitely be happy to have a like that cool looking gorilla mode. And I could keep Optimus Primal in his robot mode, at least for Studio Series, whenever they decide to throw that one out. Alright, I got carried off. Painting and sculpting on this figure, it's actually pretty good. I like the use of black and silver and gray, except for this type of gray, that's kind of weird. Oh yeah, the head sculpt is pretty interesting. It kind of reminds me of the Michael Bay Transformers Age of Extinction, the Transformers the Last Night kind of Night Optimus. And I do like how Optimus Primal has his own mask. Does it retract? I'm not sure. Oh yeah, had this actually been made with real fuzz, this would have been some pretty fuzzy pieces over here. And there's that Maximal logo. The legs are okay, I guess. But then you go to the feet, and it almost looks like Hound's feet. Kind of. But then we turn to the back. Not much going on over here. Although, what is up with this? Why does Primal have a big butt? And it has a face too. And there's this, I guess, which is used for alternate mode. Yeah, whatever. That's pretty much it for the details. There is a little bit of mechanical detail here and there, which I kind of like. Also, can we just appreciate that it's all flat over here? There's no backpack, no leg cable or whatever, kind of. Like, it's not extended. I mean, yeah, there's like a kneecap over here, but it's not like extra chunk bits resting on the back, which is kind of annoying. So he only comes with 2 swords. Unfortunately, they don't have a little merging peg, which would really be cool to see, considering you could do that for Cheater. Anyways, you put one over here and here. And yeah, there's his little double-bladed sword that actually tabs in together without it wobbling off. Well, you gotta like adjust it in the correct way, otherwise the swords are gonna fall off. Oh, and if you want, you could put the other sword on the other arm. And yeah, now Primal's a duelist. Or you could have him in reverse grip too. And when you're done, you could store the weapons right in the back. However, the little peg hole over here doesn't really hold it in place. Like, if you accidentally bump the figure on the back into something, the sword is going to go like this. And yeah, that's a little weird. Oh yeah, and they could definitely be used for back mortar, kind of. And yeah, that's the gist of the swords. The only nitty-gritty I got is that it doesn't come with a chain where it connects both swords, and Optimus Primal holds one in his hand while he swings the other around to intimidate this guy. Anyways, let's get down to size comparison. Starting off, here he is next to his wavemate, mainline Voyager class Optimus Prime, SS-44 Optimus, Studio Series 38 Bumblebee movie Optimus, War for Cybertron Kingdom Optimus Prime, mainline Cheater, Studio Series Air Razor, Studio Series Cheater, Studio Series Battle Trap, and of course, lastly, Studio Series Scourge. I feel like the Kingdom Optimus Primal swords are a little bit better than the mainline swords, or at least they look a little cooler, I guess. These are made to look slightly more accurate. Anyways, let's just get down to articulation. Finally, a strong ball joint. Of course, every ball joint could be a swivel joint as well. And it can also allow the head to move up and down. Shoulder moves out. Full rotation at the shoulder. Ignore these. These are just made to annoy you. Or at least for robot mode. Bend at the shoulder, bicep swivel, and there is a wrist swivel, and there is a waist swivel, but you gotta open up the butt, and then there you go, waist swivel. Legs can spread, leg can move all the way up that far, and again, you gotta move the butt flap out, and you might need to move this one out too, in order for the leg to move slightly backwards. The knee is double jointed, so you could shift it in a goofy way, and it allows a good bend at the knee. And lastly, the foot is on a pivot. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it for articulation. Now let's get down to transformation. Might want to start off with closing in the shoulder pads, opening this down, and then opening all of this, and then it will reveal this whole thing, which is way much different to the kingdom. Here's you're gonna rotate this whole section, close it in, and then this is, yeah, doing that. You're gonna close that in, close that in, close that in, close that in, yeah, and then you're left with the belly for the gorilla. Now, I feel like this is something that they should do if the designers ever work on a Studio Series Hound. Anyways, you're just gonna, okay, that's awkward. Oh, okay, there we go. Open this up, close in the sides of the foot, close all of that in, and then close that whole panel in. Now that would be something really cool to see if there was a Studio Series Hound, and it kind of works. You're going to do the same thing with the other side. You're going to open up the big butt, rotate this, and fold in the legs like this. Same thing with the other side, and then close in the legs. Make sure you adjust them evenly. You just adjust the legs, the front legs or whatever. I'm pretty sure they're still considered arms. And then you're going to move the head up. And yeah. So yeah, there you go. There you have the gorilla. And yeah, this leaves a huge difference from the Kingdom War for Cybertron 1. Kind of like this one, but it's a little different. The engineering is slightly different. Oh, and weapon storage is pretty much the same. You know what would be really weird? Is if they started saying Maximals, maximize, like Optimus Primal, maximize. That would be a little weird. I mean, yeah, a lot of kids grew up listening to that, watching that, and actually liking that, but honestly, I feel like that's weird. It wasn't as weird as the CGI for the animation. They should have waited. Anyways, I do like the painting and the sculpting on the gorilla mode. It's okay. However, the backpack looks a little, I mean, not the backpack, the belly looks a little different, I guess. Oh yeah, and the arms are absolutely the same. And the legs over here apparently like to hold in, not hold in, but like they like to line up close to each other like that. I don't know why. And the head sculpt's a little cool. However, it's a little inaccurate because the eyes are supposed to be green, not blue. Well, whatever. I can work with blue because blue is my favorite color. For articulation, same thing with the arm. The legs, you can only move them up and down like that. And the feet can only move side to side. Whereas for the head, there's a swivel and an up and down. And then that's pretty much... Oh, wait. No. You can also move it from left to right, which is kind of cool. Oh, yeah. Trying to compare it with size to the Studio Series doesn't really work. I guess that's why they're planning on making a leader class Optimus Primal. Oh yeah, the scale definitely doesn't correlate with Studio Series Scourge. Or Battle Trap. But you know who does scale well with this guy? None other than the mainline Voyager class Optimus Prime. And possibly Rhinox for mainline. Honestly, these two kind of look good together. Nice little duo we got there with the Primes. Primal and Prime. Whatever. So, yeah, I think that's pretty much all I had to say for this guy. I think overall he's a great figure, and if you could find this guy, I definitely say pick him up. But if you're waiting for that Studio Series Optimus Primal, then I suggest you still wait. This figure could be passable. I don't think it really tops Optimus Prime, because I love that one a lot. But this guy's still okay. Or if you're interested in getting both due to, I don't know, size comparisons, then yeah, this would be really cool to do a little size comparison alongside the Studio Series Leader Class 1, whenever that gets leaked. Ooh, I can't wait to see what that looks like. It's not like they're gonna leak it for the upcoming Hasbro Pulse livestream for Transformers. Okay, anyways, if you like what you saw, be sure to slam that like button, share this with your friends, and maybe even turn on post notifications so that you don't miss another video. And most importantly, be sure to hit that big red button. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it. See ya.